While fans are waiting for a new quarterback via the draft, sources close to the team indicate that one of the biggest names in the NFL could be on the franchise's radar. And we're not talking about just any veteran, but rather a four-time MVP who has already shown interest in seeking one last big challenge before hanging up his cleats. Bomb eyes. If this happens, it will be one of the biggest changes of the offseason. But would this move really make sense for the Raiders' future? Or would it just be a shot in the dark? The Las Vegas Raiders have been without an elite quarterback since Derek Carr's departure at the end of the 2022 season. Although Carr was not a superstar, he kept the franchise competitive throughout his decade with the team. Since his departure, the Raiders have gone through a shaky rotation of quarterbacks, including Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, and Desmond Ridder, without finding a definitive solution for the position. Now, with the arrival of head coach Pete Carroll and general manager John Spytek, the team is looking for a solid answer to the team's most important position. And according to NFL.com's Nick Shook, one legendary name could be on their radar: Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, who is currently with the New York Jets, could be on his way out after just 2 seasons, especially since new head coach Aaron Glenn doesn't consider him part of the team's future plans. That would open the door to a possible trade, and the Raiders would be ready to make a move. The most intriguing detail: Tom Brady, the Raiders' minority owner, could be influencing this decision. Shook noted that Brady's presence in the organization could be a deciding factor in convincing Rodgers to go to Las Vegas. Tom Brady's minority ownership appears to have a lot of influence over the organization, and it wouldn't be surprising if he pushed the Raiders to pursue a legend who, like Brady, needed a new home to finish his career, Shook wrote. The Raiders currently hold the 6th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, meaning they could potentially try to draft a promising young quarterback. However, this class is not considered strong at the position, and players like Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels may not be available when Las Vegas makes their move. If the Raiders decide to bring in Rodgers, it could mean a hefty investment in a veteran who is no longer in the prime of his career. Rodgers has had a difficult time with the Jets, suffering an Achilles injury early in the 2023 season, and his age, 41, raises questions about his durability. There are arguments in favor of signing him, though. Rodgers is still one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, and his arrival could give the Raiders a real chance to compete in the AFC West, which already features Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs, and Justin Herbert, Chargers. Plus, with Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator, Rodgers could find a system that takes advantage of his accuracy and experience. The big question will be the cost of the trade. The Raiders have about $95 million in salary cap space, which gives them the flexibility to absorb Rodgers' contract. But is it worth investing heavily in a veteran player when the team still needs to bolster other areas of the roster? If Carroll and Spytek really want Rodgers, the Raiders will have to decide if they are willing to pay a high price for a quarterback who may not be a long-term solution. Either way, this offseason for the Raiders promises to be one of the most eventful in the NFL. Will we see Aaron Rodgers in the silver and black in 2025?